Welcome to Dong Nai Radio and Television Station. Here are the news today. On 4th of July, 350 Vietnamese nationals from Australia and New Zealand were brought home from Vietnam Airlines flight, the second flight which returned Vietnamese people from Australia. Passengers on the flight include children under the age of 18, elderly, pregnant women, the sick, out-of-contract workers who have no residence, students without a place of residence, and difficult cases. With the governments of Australia and New Zealand restricting travel and closing the border due to COVID-19 epidemic, Vietnam has created favorable conditions for citizens to move to the airport, meeting requirements of import and export transit of the two countries. With the goal of ensuring the health of citizens, preventing the spread of disease, the National Airline of Vietnam has strictly implemented measures on security, safety, and epidemiological hygiene during the flight. Following the Prime Minister's direction, the plan to bring Vietnamese citizens back to home continues to be implemented. Manufacturing and processing sector is contributing 16% to Vietnamese GDP. If you want a strong economy and a successful industrialization, the manufacturing and processing sector must maintain the contribution of 20 to 25% to GDP. It also means that the supporting industry will have to be well developed. In order to gain a more critical foothold made in Vietnam products, it will be necessary for Vietnamese enterprises that have enough potential to take the lead, build new value chains. They may accompany other enterprises to give financial support and technology transfers so that we can build strong support businesses. According to the General Statistics Office, there were nearly 14,000 newly established enterprises in June this year, an increase of 27.9% over the previous month. Besides, nearly 5,000 businesses returns to operation. After 2 months of loosening and removing social distancing, socio-economic activities are gradually being restored. Enterprises quickly adapt, adhere to the government-supported policies. They slowly bring production and business activities back to operation. The results of the survey on business trend of processing and manufacturing enterprises also showed that businesses expected their business situation in the third quarter to be better than the second quarter. One of the key activities of this year's National Day celebration is the parade of aircraft in Washington and 4 other cities. One of the key activities of this year's National Day celebration is the parade of aircraft in Washington and 4 other cities. The parade began in Boston around 4 p.m. with 5 flights of U.S. Air and Marines. In New York, parade flights takes place at 5 p.m. The planes flew east to the Statue of Liberty and flew past Philadelphia at 5:15 p.m., followed by Independence Square and the Freedom Bell, then flew to Fort McHenry and continued south to the Washington Capitol. These aircrafts joined the parade formation in Washington and continues to march at 7 p.m. The Pentagon sent 1,800 troops to support the National Day. According to Worldometers, up to 6 a.m. 5th of July, the total number of COVID-19 cases worldwide was 11,364,440, of which 532,687 were fatal. The United States and Latin America continue to be the heart of the epidemic. The largest outbreak in the world, the United States, recorded 43,201 cases and 238 deaths, bringing the total number of COVID-19 cases in this country to 2,922,168 cases and the total number of deaths was 132,302 cases. The US has recorded the third consecutive day of the highest number of new infections since the outbreak. Brazil is the country hardest hit by COVID-19 in the Southern Hemisphere and is the second largest outbreak in the world. Brazil recorded additional 33,663 cases and 1,011 deaths, bringing the total to 1,577,004 cases and 64,265 deaths. The largest outbreak in Asia, India, recorded other 24,015 cases and 610 deaths. The total number of Indian COVID-19 cases was 673,904 cases, of which 19,279 died. That is the end of the news today. Thank you for tuning in.